and welcome back to the Survival Guide for Grown-Ups, Bedrock Edition. We have been learning about the game and slowly preparing for the fight against the Ender Dragon. Now this is not what they call speed running, but instead briefly touching on all the key steps to progress through the game and to get to the end dimension to kill the dragon. This is a perfect series for parents trying to play alongside their kids. They can familiarize themselves with the game from an adult perspective and learn a few techniques along the way. Trust me, some kids are terrible at explaining this stuff. They just want to rush ahead and can grow impatient if parents are not keeping up. Tier 5, the Nether. We have to go to the Nether to get two resources, blaze rods and ender pearls. And blaze rods can only be found in the Nether. There are a few things that we're going to do before we head to the Nether dimensions. The first is to build scaffolding. You only need bamboo and string to make this awesome tool. So this is really why I wanted to go adventure earlier on in the game. I use scaffolding when I fight the Ender Dragon, but I'm also going to use it today in the Nether Fortress. The other thing I want to do is put some enchantments on my sword and my pickaxe. To do this, I'm going to use enchanted books that I fished up using my fishing rod. I was able to get fortune on one of my pickaxes, and it pretty much used up all my XP, but I have just enough left over to add mending with this book. Mending is so powerful, so whenever I collect those XP points, it actually repairs my pickaxe, so I don't have to make a new pickaxe every time. Now on my sword, I'm going to put the looting enchantment. This is critical because we are trying to get specific drops from specific mobs, and using the looting enchantment increases my chance of getting those drops. Real quick, I want to show you another thing with the bows. I fish up a ton of enchanted bows. This one has mending on it, which means that the more things I shoot, the more XP will come and heal that bow. So I could combine all of these bows to make a good one, but instead I chose this other bow to repair. It has infinity, and infinity and mending cannot be combined. But with infinity, I only need one arrow, and right now I'm arrow poor. If you want to learn more about the different enchantments, you should check out a resource guide I made. I'll put the link in the description. It's a free downloadable PDF. Okay, let's head to the Nether. Now, we've already been to the Nether on optional quests. You know, I was trying to barter with piglins. But now we have to go back, and we have to go to that terrible fortress I saw, because we need blaze rods, and that's the only place in the game you can find them. Here's what I'm bringing with me. I'm bringing a couple stacks of something random. For me, it's the cobbled deep slate. I'm also bringing TNT because I have a funny plan, and some form of golden armor. This keeps the piglins from turning hostile. I've got my scaffolding. I have a bundle of bundles for all the random stuff you pick up. And then in this bundle, I have specific stuff. I have a block of coal, crafting table, block of iron, emeralds, block of gold, more gold, and some logs. These are all really useful ingredients in case I need to make something on the fly while I'm in the Nether. And then the gold is for the piglins. I'm also carrying a flint and steel in case something like a ghast blows up the Nether portal while I'm in the Nether. I can relight it to head back to the overworld. So you can see I cleaned up my portal a little bit between episodes. It was bothering me how ragged it looked. Let's head to the Nether. Here goes nothing. The Nether portal that automatically generated in the Nether is actually kind of exposed. I recommend you rebuild one undercover or build a cover over top of yours if yours looks like mine. Oh, see, I'm getting shot at. In the last episode, I used the Nether to try and generate some XP. I dug for Nether quartz. I'm going to use that tunnel I made to get myself down a couple of levels and make it easier to get to the fortress. I prefer to make tunnels in the Nether. I think it's simpler, so you're not just constantly running for your life. But run for your life we must to get to that fortress. Now, in my experience playing with kids love to do this. This is like their favorite thing. So you might also just get used to running and dodging and weaving and hoping for the best. Ow. Also say, as the adult in the room, I was the only one bringing food on these adventures. It was very interesting. Okay, here we are on gravel, and we are below the Nether Fortress. Let's duck under here and look back real quick, and it is eerily quiet. Okay, these are bridges. This is a Nether Fortress, this colored brick stuff, and these are bridges. You're going to find a lot of mobs on bridges, but you're not going to find any of the loot chests. So I do have a plan, and I wanted to try first just what would happen if I used TNT and blew up the bottom of the bridge. I'll turn up my light a little bit in editing so you can see what happens. Okay, here's my exploded thing, and honestly, I can't really tell the difference. Nothing happened. That's a blaze. Plan B. Forget the dynamite and just dig a hole in the Nether Fortress. You can dig a hole in the Nether Fortress. They are solid brick. It's not like there's pockets of lava in here or anything like that. This is just solid nether brick. I'm blocking off the entrance so skeletons don't meander in and attack me. And this is why I bought the scaffolding. I'm going to dig straight up to the top of the nether bridge. I'm digging 2 over so I can actually fit torches in. They wouldn't fit in the same space as scaffolding. Okay, the point is I'm going to get to the top. I'm going to blow a hole in the bridge, and then I'm going to make myself a little safe space for mobs to drop down to me, and then I can kill them. So let's go up with the scaffolding. That's as simple as jump stacking, and we'll make our way to the top. So y'all realize that at any moment I'm going to pop through here and rain death and destruction upon myself. Oh, it's a blaze. Okay, descend. Now, I kind of fell off a little bit, but because I was right near it, the scaffolding caught my descent, and I didn't just fall to my death. And now I'm far below the blaze. But I'm going to ascend up the scaffolding and kill the blaze, hopefully not take too much damage. Ooh, ow. Ow. Okay. All done. Let's have a snack and repair these parts. And then I'm going to go ahead and dig myself a little safe space up here. So just as a reminder, we are not here to take on the nether and loot all the loot chests. The only reason we are in this nether fortress is to get the blaze rods as a step to taking down the ender dragon. So I'm keeping it simple. I'm up here, I'm going to kill some blazes, and then I'm going to leave. I'm building a little brick wall here between myself and what I'm going to make as a killing chamber. I'm only 1 block below the top surface. So all I have to do is blow a single hole in the roof, and then all the mobs will fall down into this chamber. You can see, I've already got a skeleton friend and a blaze. They can't see me, so they won't attack me. I shifted the opening of my wall to down below so I could hit at their feet, but then I need to be down a little bit lower so that I have a good angle to hit at. And from here, I can just whack away at them. The problem I've got is that I can't actually collect anything, but I have a solution for that because I brought the spare iron and wood. With these materials, I can make a hopper. First, I break my logs down into planks, and then I use the planks to make a single chest. Once I have the chest, I'm going to break my iron blocks into a couple ingots. And now the hopper appears. So now I can make a hopper out of all the materials I brought. I'm going to replace this block with a hopper. Oh, you do not want them to see you. Okay, but yeah, there we go. All right, so now I've got a hopper right below where I'm killing them. What that means is that when I kill them, their drops are going to fall, and they're going to get scooped up by the hopper. So let's look in the hopper. Oh, there you go. We have 15 blaze rods. That's plenty to go after the ender dragon. But blazes have one more feature. A blaze drops 10 XP. This is extremely high and is perfect for leveling up so that I can do some more enchanting back at base. Well, we've doubled our levels in a very short amount of time, so I think it's time to just kind of head down and move on to the next phase. Our next goal is to find a warped forest biome. I really hate just meandering around in the nether, so I have to admit I rely on chunk base to find the biome I need. This is a warped forest, so we need to note the coordinates and head in that direction. Unfortunately, from this nether fortress, I'm faced with a giant lava lake, which is not ideal for me. So I'm going to head back to the Nether portal and just start again from there, building tunnels. I actually enjoy building tunnels through the Nether. I find it a little soothing in this terrible place, filled with things that want to kill you. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of plow through in a direction until I hit an opening like this. And then maybe I'll clear out a little bit and see if I can just bridge across really quick or dig under and down. And if it doesn't look accessible, I'll just take a left or a right and keep going. Oh! And then every so often you get super lucky. This is called ancient debris. It's really kind of later game stuff, but if you run across it, get it. You have to have a diamond pickaxe to pick it up though. So that is critical that you have a diamond pickaxe. There can be small clusters of this, so make sure you kind of plow around it when you find it and just check and make sure there's nothing else there. So as you're going along, another thing that you might find is this. This is called nether quartz, and it gives you XP. And why this is significant is because we have mending on our pickaxe. So you can hear the little chimes, but what's also happening is the pickaxe is actually picking up some of that XP and getting mended. Ah, we've hit some lava. Back up really quickly and dig straight down in front of you. That's going to cause the lava to pour down and no longer come at you. Well, we're getting close. And let's see what's through here. Oh, a red tree. Okay, so that's a crimson forest biome, which is right next to our warped forest biome. So we're super close. But the problem here is we have a lava lake. So this lake seems to be under a roof of soul sand. And that means there's not going to be any skeletons who can really strike at me. So the only thing I have to really worry about are going to be the ghasts. So I think I'm going to go ahead and bridge across this one. So in Bedrock, we have two ways we can bridge. We can either look at the bridge and place blocks underneath us, or we can look in the void and place blocks in front of us this way. It takes a little getting used to, and I highly recommend that you crouch until you get really good at it. But this way is pretty fast when you're going across a giant lava lake with everything that wants to kill you. We made it! We made it to the other side! So now looking back, we're going to reinforce this and turn it into a protected bridge, but we'll do that a little bit later. I'm kind of eager to get on and check out the new biome. A Crimson Forest is piglin territory, so it's important that we go ahead and swap out our armor and get on something that is golden. And then they won't bother us. So there are some of these famed piglins I've been talking about for so long. I've got some gold ingots available, so I can go ahead and trade with them. But what I want to do is I want to actually put him in a hole so he doesn't escape while I'm trying to trade. This might be a really bad idea. Oh, yeah, okay, so if you hit them, they instantly become aggressive and they want to kill you, and my solution to this is legitimately, I just run away. So I'm now running away. Let's see how this goes. Oh, well, okay, so we're running towards another fortress. That's cool. And there's our warped forest, the green stuff over there. So that's cool. And yeah, and here they come, and they've suddenly lost interest in me. Well, I think this is just the way it goes. I've got a fortress right here and some disinterested piglins, and welcome to the Nether. Yeah. All right. Let's pillar out of here and go head over to that warped forest. The whole reason that we are in a warped forest is because we need ender pearls, and they are dropped by endermen. Oh, hi endermen. There you are. The warped forest is actually the most peaceful of the nether biomes because the only mob here is really the endermen, and they are only aggressive if you look at them. So I'm going to build myself a little shelter here that is 2 blocks high above me, right? And so that way the enderman, which is 3 blocks high, can't get at me when I look at him. So I've looked at this guy, and if he'll just stand still. Unfortunately, in Bedrock, it doesn't work to catch him in a boat. You just have to wait till they stand still. Hold on. Okay, I got him. So these are ender pearls. They're pretty cool. We need, I don't know, around 5 or so in order to find the stronghold. And then we're going to need another at least 12 for the end portal. Because you have no idea how many spaces are open on the end portal until you get there. But since I'm in no particular rush, I'm just going to hang out here until I have, I don't know, about a stack and a half of ender pearls. So on a side note, I'm very much enjoying my powerful bow. It's so nice to be able to kill things from range and then just kind of run out and use the XP to mend up my pickaxe. It's been very nice. But I am starting to notice there aren't that many Endermen out here. I've moved to a new location, and excuse this guy yelling at me right now, because the fact that the fortress was there. Did you just steal my piece of dirt? You're kidding. So the fact that the fortress was right above me was reducing the mob count available for the Endermen. The fortress was taking up all the space with, you know, all the blasts and withers and everything. So now that I'm here, where there's no fortress nearby, the Endermen are aplenty. And I'm just about done. I got about a stack and a half already. And I got my piece of dirt back so I can fix this hole. So I'm headed back to base, but there was this kind of cool resource here I thought I'd point out. This stuff is called glowstone. I think it's pretty cool. It's really great to use as solid light blocks underneath builds, like underneath slabs. It may not be the prettiest stuff, but you break it with a pickaxe, and if you have silk touch, you'll actually capture it as a block. If you don't, you'll capture it as glowstone. But that's pretty easy. You just open up your crafting table and you turn it back into glowstone blocks. Glowstone dust is a useful potion ingredient. So now I'm pretty tight on space. I'm actually going to throw... Oh, well, I meant to throw out the glowstone dust, not the glowstone. That's about silly. All right, give me a minute while I head down here and pick up my stuff. Okay, we throw out the glowstone dust. I'm also going to throw out these things. I can come back for these. Easy breezy. But now we got to get back up, and I'm going to show you a cool trick with these vines. You can actually climb these vines, just like a ladder. So if you get to it and you do up, and then you crouch. If you crouch, you'll actually freeze on the vine, and you can just kind of stand on top of it, which is neat. And then, just like kelp, we can't jump stack. That's not going to work. You can't jump stack. But you can reach over to this other one and make a funny little bridge. And that's kind of it's kind of a silly, cool trick, if you ask me. But from here, we can jump stack back up to the top, and I can maybe be redeemed for throwing my stuff off a cliff. I don't know. You tell me. Oh, here's the fortress again. Oh, and there's a blaze spawner. I think there was a blaze spawner above my little chamber at the first fortress. Let's see if I can get any closer so you can see it better. Pew, gotcha. I'm not in Java, so I don't have zoom. But there's a second one. That's cool. Oh, come on. Go. Yeah. So there's 2 blaze spawners. They look like this. I'll pop it up on screen. So blaze spawners are monster spawners. They just spit out monsters. You can't really stop them, but you can harness them and turn them into mob farms. Anyway, let's head on out. Before we leave the Nether, I have one last thing to do. And that's to trade with these guys, the piglins. I swear I've been talking about it forever. But this time I'm going to be smart. And I'm going to dig a little hole to shove the piglin into before I start dealing with the piglin. The way you barter with piglins is you throw gold ingots at them. This is the same way that I threw my glowstone blocks off that cliff. And then the piglin will throw something back at you. So it's bartering. So let's see. I just got 30 iron nuggets. Cool. Now, what I'm going to do while the piglin is distracted is I'm going to push it into my hole. So you crouch, and then you can shove these creatures into the places you want them to go. So I boxed this in, and now I can just sit here and trade with this guy for a bit. Oh, cool, a potion. A splash potion of fire resistance is actually very handy when you're dealing with the Nether. Thanks, dude. It is absolutely time to go. You can see I built out my bridge so that it would be safe travels back. I can easily just run along this and not be attacked and make it all the way back to base. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Did anyone notice it's been 100 days since we started? Huh? Cool, huh? I moved my nether portal so it would be hidden and safe from the outside world. And I'm going to go get some more XP from my little blaze farm that I've got going on. But we have everything we now need to go after the Ender Dragon. That'll be next episode. Hope to see you then.